Backpacking can be expensive. In fact, my kit overall costs more than $3,000, all said and done for retail value. You can get it for a little cheaper if you're a savvy spender and you wait for Black Friday deals or any other sales that might be going on. But full retail value, we're over at $3,000 for my backpacking kit. But you don't have to spend that much money on gear. You can definitely get into it for a lot cheaper. And I'm going to show you some ways that you can do that. Uh, First of all, is rethink how much you're carrying. Do you really need that thing? You can maybe get away without it. So start building up your necessities first, and then you can always add luxury items later. That'll get you out quicker. You might be able to get away without a camp chair for a while. You can sit on the ground; it's not going to kill you. But later down the line, you can pick it up and have a little bit more comfort in your camp setup. Another good tip is to borrow gear from people. You may borrow something like a tent or a backpack, and just start building up what you actually own and borrow things so you can kind of figure out what you actually like before you buy it. Once you figured out kind of what your preferences are, then you can spend the money. That way you don't end up buying multiple things and not liking what you get. If you don't have an option to borrow anything, you can always start with the cheapest things that will get you out. And that's what we're going to look at today. So the first thing we're going to look at is the Asher 55 pack from Climate. This is Climate. This is Kelty. The first thing that we're going to look at is the Asher 55 pack from Kelty. This pack is only $140. It's a fantastic value for a backpack. Um, Obviously, it's not the most lightweight backpack, but it's enough to get you out there, and it carries really well and has some great features on it. It's not going to be as full featured as some of the other bags that you might carry, like you don't have full hip pockets. There is a sleeve here on the one side, and you have nothing on the other side, but it's enough to get you out. For the next piece of gear, we're looking at the Kelty again, Late Start 2 tent. This is a $159 tent, and it's a two-person tent. You could save some money by going with a one-person tent if you're going to be out by yourselves. If you want that extra space, the two-person's a little bit nicer. Another tent that you might consider is the Featherstone Granite two-person tent. It's sold out most places right now, but it should be back in stock before camping season. Another great tip for saving money is buy some stuff now, and it's February. You have some time until camping season. Buy your backpack this month, buy a tent next month, buy your sleeping bags next month. By spreading out those purchases, that just makes it a little easier on your budget. If you wanted to cut a little weight on the tent, you could go with the Featherstone Backbone two-person tent. That's $179 right now. Or the one-person version is $159. And those are both trekking pole tents, so they won't have the extra poles to weigh down your pack. If you're going to use trekking poles anyway, that could be a good option for you. There is a learning curve with setting up a trekking pole tent, so beware on that. The next thing we're going to look at is a sleeping pad. These Climate pads are awesome value for what they are. This is the insulated Static V Lite, and it's $110. Now, this is the insulated version. If you live in a climate where you don't need an insulated pad, or if you're going to be backpacking in an area where you don't need that extra warmth, you could go with the non-insulated version, and I believe that gets you down to about 65 bucks, which will save you there. For a sleeping bag, I have the Nemo Tempo 20-degree bag. You'll always save money going with a synthetic bag over a down bag. And depending on where you're camping, you could get away with a slightly warmer bag as well. A 30 or 40 degree will definitely be cheaper than the 20-degree version here. But here in Wyoming in the Wind River Range, it can get pretty cold even during the summer. So we like to stay around that 20-degree range most of the time. If you're going to be camping in the early season or late season, you might even go down to like a 10 or 0-degree bag. This bag is 159 bucks. It's a great value for what you get out of it. For trekking poles, I'd recommend the Mountain Smith Andesite. They are $100, and for $100, you can't get a better set of poles. They do also have the Pyrite poles for $60 if you want to save a little money there. The andesites are a little lighter. Pyrites will definitely get you by. For a stove, I'd recommend the Primus Essential Stove. This stove's only $30 and it'll do everything you need it to do. Um, you're going to need a pot to go with that stove, and I'd recommend one of the Tokes pots. The 550 milliliter is what I use. There's also a 750. The 550 milliliter is $29. For this video, I partnered with Wind River Outdoor Company to build a budget collection for you guys. Another way to save money is if you go down in the link to the description to the budget collection on Wind River Outdoor Company's website. You can shop that collection with all of the budget gear. And if you use the discount code, all caps, Trail Savvy, you'll save an additional 16% off your first order. For water filtration or purification, you can always just boil your water, or you can use a filter. The filter that we use is the Sawyer. The Sawyer mini filter is only $25, and they are guaranteed for 100,000 gallons. One thing to be aware of with those, though, is you have to make sure that any of the fiber filters don't freeze, or it will compromise the integrity of the filter. So the Sawyer or the Platypus Quick Draw or Katadyn, any of those other filters, you got to make sure those are not going to freeze. So just take that into consideration. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you. If you want to see any more of our content, just subscribe down below and we will be posting more soon. We'll try to post a video. Right now we're doing probably one every 3 weeks, and hopefully towards the summer we'll be posting a lot more often. Again, thanks for watching.